All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Garage Talk Sports. I'm Mills.
I'm Bobby.
And we are back in the garage. Nick is not with us, unfortunately, this week. He's dealing with a little bit of some health issues. Nothing serious, though. I realized I made that sound more serious.
Yeah, you made that sound really serious.
I made that sound really serious.
He's just got a cough, no COVID.
He's got a bit of a cough and everything, No good for podcast recording. We don't need to hear that man cough every 5 seconds on the show. But thank you for tuning in, guys. This episode is brought to you by nobody except ourselves. We don't have any sponsors yet. Hopefully, if you want to sponsor us, let us know. Either way, though, we have a fun episode for you. We're going to talk some more college football, championship weekend coming up here this upcoming weekend, as well as a coaching carousel seems to be turning right now, too.
Yeah, pretty
so
crazy,
excited,
dude.
Very excited. This is the time of year I enjoy following college football the most. So.
Oh yeah, dude! Championship week,
week. I mean, this is going to be exciting. So I'm excited to talk about it. I know Bobby's excited to talk about it. So we'll dive into it. A little bit of NFL talk this week. Really, not too much happened though. I mean, it's another week. The Packers once again are a good team.
Yeah,
pains me to say it. So we'll talk a little bit NFL. Nothing too serious though, and then we'll wrap up. MLB free agency is in full swing, and let me tell you, there's a reason free agent frenzy is a saying. It has been nothing short of it this year around for free agency. So it's been a lot of fun to keep up with. We're excited to talk about all this stuff with you guys. So we'll get right into it right now with some college football. Bobby, how about you lead us off with all the head coaching changes?
All right, Lincoln Riley is leaving Oklahoma University. He is going to USC.
He's going to be a Trojan.
As a USC fan, then not ecstatic, not ecstatic. I mean, he's a good coach. His record's pretty good. I think he's only lost 9 games.
I don't know.
I don't know. Right?
He's got a good record.
Yeah, he's got a good winning record. But I don't know, man. I really wanted Luke Farrell, the guy from Cincinnati. That's who I really wanted, but
I think that dude's gonna lock in at Cincinnati.
Yeah,
for a while.
They're gonna get him under contract.
My takeaway from it, honestly, I think USC went out and this is probably the best signing they could have made.
Yeah,
the Cincinnati's coach, I don't think he was ever gonna hit the market. Cincinnati is probably gonna pay him big money.
Oh yeah,
he probably knows it. Lincoln Riley has a good reputation with quarterbacks. I mean, let's look at it. How many guys came out of Oklahoma quarterbacks?
Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray.
2 of those were number 1 overall picks.
And
2 of them were rookies of the year. Jalen Hurts is the number 1 fantasy quarterback this year, as well as has the highest QBR in the past 5 or 6 weeks.
Played like dog doo this week.
Yeah, I needed that because that helped me win in fantasy.
Yeah, true.
Massive comeback in fantasy football for me, by the way.
Yeah,
and J.D. McKissick we trust over here. But no, I mean, he's got a good history with quarterback play coming out of Oklahoma.
True. Also, just want to be said, the number 2 recruited QB decommitted. He recommitted to USC. He's following Lincoln Riley.
Exactly. So that's something else that's huge. He's bringing his whole staff with him.
Yeah.
I think it's a good move for USC. You got a good offensive minded guy. This is honestly the first time USC has gone and gotten a big name in college football.
Yeah. No.
Honestly, when you really think about it, they haven't really done that
since Pete Carroll.
Yeah, since Pete Carroll screwed that program over for a few years with all the sanctions they got hit with.
Hey, but
he brought them glory.
He did bring them glory.
He brought them glory. Yeah. But I like the move personally. You can already see it's paying dividends.
Yeah, I mean he wasn't my top choice, nor was he even on anyone's radar. No one ever. This is huge. There's trader banners posted all over the campus. Oklahoma's pissed.
Oh yeah, I think what makes them even more pissed is that this all happened in one phone call.
Yeah, because
they lost to Oklahoma State in the Bedlam matchup, and then the next day he's taking the USC coaching job.
Yeah,
clearly he was ready to leave Oklahoma.
Yeah, I think.
I just think you know what, Oklahoma fans, don't come at me for this. I bet he got a little bored in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I mean, great program and everything, but it's Oklahoma. It's the state of Oklahoma. USC is buying out both of his properties for $500,000 over the market value. He's got that $100 million contract. Him and his family get 24/7 access to the private jet whenever they need it. USC
they
pretty
rolled
much
out
off. They did everything except make this dude a member of the board at USC.
they rolling out the red carpet,
Yeah,
man.
they pulled out the money trucks. They pulled out all the stops for him. Clearly, he was their number one guy. That was the guy they wanted.
Yeah.
I don't even know if USC expected it to happen.
I don't think they
that
did,
offer
because
tells me they were like going to make something just astronomical, and if he says no, then they were okay. He says no, but he was their guy. Clearly.
yeah, and it just seems like that it's just the perfect move for him, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, he already got what's his name to decommit from Oklahoma. He's going to follow him to USC.
He's
so
really,
there's the importance of his recruiting ability right there.
Yeah.
A top recruit chose to decommit to follow him to his other school.
And mind you, all these dudes coming out of California aren't even staying in California.
Now they might.
Yeah. So you got Lincoln Riley as your head coach.
He has the opportunity to completely revive the USC football program.
I have high hopes.
Yeah, I think he's got as good a shot as anyone. He's got the name. He's got the success. I mean, like I said, we said Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, 3 guys all playing in the NFL. The last 3 quarterbacks to play under him.
2 of them won Heisman's back to back.
2 of them won Heisman's back to back. The third, Jalen Hurts, was a Heisman finalist too. So I mean, the way I'm looking at it, if I'm a recruit, this is a guy who can get me to the next. He can get me to the NFL if I learn from him, play in his system and everything. I can develop into an NFL guy. And USC has struggled in recruiting for a while. Like California state of California recruits are leaving California.
Yeah, I want to say DJ Uyunglele, Bryce Young, I believe.
Yeah.
You got all these dudes. A lot of them are from California. I'll be honest.
California is a state where you can have so much talent because they can play year round and everything. This is a big deal because the Pac-12, I think, is at a crucial point right now where they want to try and become more serious in the Power 5. I think they get a little bit disrespected by the rankings and everything.
Just a little bit, but I mean, Oregon's been in top 5, I want to say, pretty much half of the year.
The general perception around the Pac-12 is that they're the weakest of the Power 5s.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think the Big Ten's kind of weak too.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
it's just the Big Ten. Usually you're going to get like power running game or good defenses. The Pac-12, you're just kind of getting. You're not. Yeah. That when you think about every conference, every Power 5 conference is known for something.
Yes.
Right? Big 12, high-powered electric offenses that score a crap ton of points.
Yes.
SEC,
Terrible.
lockdown defenses, like pro talent.
Yeah.
The Big 10, power running games. They control the clock. They control the ball. They have good defenses, good blocking up front.
Yeah.
The Pac-12 is just kind of whatever you get.
Yeah, it is. It's a mix of both. I mean, you got Christian McCaffrey, and then
it's like you don't know what you're going to get each year in the Pac-12. I think is what we're basically trying to say. But the bigger shock to me than Lincoln Riley to USC, which was a big shock.
It's a huge shock. No one saw this coming.
No, I didn't see it coming. But the one, Brian Kelly leaving Notre Dame to go to LSU, I thought that man was going to retire with Notre Dame. I really did.
But I mean, I heard rumors that he'd be like with that opening that he wanted to go, but I didn't think he would. I honestly thought it was just rumors.
I mean, you're talking about Notre Dame's winningest coach.
Yeah, been there for 12 years. Yeah,
12 years. He's led them to a lot of good seasons.
And especially like the last 2 seasons, Notre Dame has been pretty good.
They've been a solid program and everything. It was another surprising one to me. I think part of the reason it's so surprising is the season's not over.
Yeah, it's not.
And we've got 2 coaches who have already committed to other schools, and the season hasn't ended.
Yeah, and
and I feel like that hasn't happened in recent years.
And you're sitting at number 6.
Yeah,
like Notre Dame is not a bad team this year. Like,
no, they're sitting at number 6. LSU sure as hell isn't ranked.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. He probably wants to go and like give that SEC play a chance, see if he can make something.
Yeah,
LSU. I could see the attraction to that program, right?
Yeah.
They're only 2 years removed from
winning a national championship.
Winning it all and being like the most dominant college football program. Brian Kelly, I'm assuming, is going to bring some decent. I mean, he's got a legacy that he's leaving behind at Notre Dame. He's a well-known household name for recruits and everything. He's going to have recruiting power. I think at Oregon, really his time ran up in LSU.
True. I want to say he just had a very good talent. I think it was very talented that year.
Oh, absolutely. Very talented. The Joe Burrow glow-up was awesome, too.
It was, yeah.
that was kind of an unexpected one from a lot of people.
Exactly. 'Cause, I mean, he had a good.
You thought he was going to have a good year, but no one expected him to put up the numbers that he did.
Yeah.
So I just think his time, like at Oregon, he has a shelf life everywhere he goes. When you look at his career, he's bounced around to so many different schools. He was at Ole Miss. He was at USC for like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
I think it was Ole Miss for like 3 years. I believe he was at Tennessee for a brief period of time as well. He's jumped around to a lot of schools.
It just seems
as
like
a head coach and coordinator, he has a shelf life.
Yeah.
That's basically it. I think his style of coaching kind of runs dry a little bit.
Yeah.
Plus, there was a lot of rumors about him too much drama and personal crap following him into practices and following him around the team.
And no one wants to deal with that.
I mean, that LSU team was like, they were celebrities for a year.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was an unprecedented year.
But you just got to think about it. Like, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Like,
too much talent. So much talent on one team.
Terrence Marshall Jr. It was just insane, the amount of talent. And then you saw what happened. Like,
you saw it happen. They got all the coverage, all the attention. There's still talent there. Right?
Yeah.
Like, there's guy. I think Brian Kelly's a good guy to come in and manage it. I think LSU is another program that can have a quick turnaround.
That's true.
Because they're a big name in the SEC. They have some history to them. He should be able to go in there.
It's going to take a couple years.
I think you could.
I'll give him 2-3 years, and then we'll start seeing them compete.
I think they'll be a top 25 team these next couple years.
I don't know.
I think they're a few years away from a top 10 team program, but I think they could be top 25. I mean, you got to figure, you need a quarterback, right? As is the case with the pros, it's the same. You need a good quarterback, and in college, you need a good running back.
Unless you're Georgia, you don't need a good quarterback. You just need
Hey, Stetson Bennett's doing the job. Yeah, he's getting it done.
He's doing the job.
He's doing enough.
It's like
he just doesn't have to be. Listen, he's not making bad decisions. He's not costing you games. Georgia's just a complete program.
Yeah, they're just
you
insane.
Figure if you can go and build a solid running game at LSU. Defense, you need a solid defense as well, especially in the SEC. But if you can get a good running game, a good defense, and a quarterback that doesn't make a bunch of mistakes, you could very easily find yourself back into top 10 or top 25 program, possibly even higher.
It's just hard in the SEC when
it's hard because you have to compete with Alabama and Georgia
and Florida. But I mean,
Florida's
this year they stink. But last year Florida was pretty good.
Yeah, Florida. But look at who they lost.
They lost to LSU last year.
No, I know, but look at who they lost.
Oh yeah, they lost Kyle Trask.
Kyle Trask
Pitts
left. Kyle Pitts left.
Yeah,
that was your 1-2 punch right there. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think LSU has a if I'm looking at it from my perspective, if I'm like a top recruit, which obviously I'm not, but if I was, I would probably be leaning towards LSU more than Florida, just because LSU is the place I'd want to play at more.
Yeah, true.
Better atmosphere, better fans.
Yeah, I agree.
Better history, really.
I mean, if I was the number one recruit, it's USC all the way, man, dude.
USC. I'm just saying, like, my choices, if I had Florida and LSU recruiting me, I'm picking LSU.
Yeah.
That's my point. Neither of them are my top choice. Honestly, I don't. That's a really tough call, man.
It is, dude.
That's a really tough call. I couldn't. I wish I was good enough and was in that position.
Yeah, just getting mail from everyone.
That would have been nice if I was like a top sought after recruit. That would have felt good. But hey,
we're just doing a podcast.
I'm 5'10" and I don't excel at really any athletic.
Hey, running?
I mean, yeah, I'm fast. I can throw a decent football too, but
yeah, hey, I mean,
I'm sure as hell not me. I'm not good enough.
You're a college athlete, all right?
Former, yeah. I wish I could have done football, man.
I wish I could have
Unfortunately, my genetic makeup stopped me from growing to the appropriate height. Really.
Speaking of highly touted recruits, Spencer Rattler has entered the transfer protocol.
I knew it.
I knew he was leaving, dude.
Absolutely.
Like, as soon as you saw him get benched, you knew he was going somewhere.
I knew he was leaving.
But I just don't know who's going to take him.
No idea. He's an attitude problem. Remember, we watched QB1. I
Yeah.
said it when I watched like 10 minutes of him on QB1.
And
I told you he was going to be a hothead.
Yeah,
and that
he was.
It was all going to go to his head.
And then again at the end of his high school, towards the end of the year, he couldn't play. He got disqualified for unknown reasons they wouldn't say. So now it just makes you wonder what was he getting suspended for?
Yeah,
but
listen, that's part of the problem though, right? When you're in high school, right? He was 17, 18 years old when QB1 recorded him and everything.
You're a number one
You're going
recruit.
on radio shows. You're number one recruit in the country at quarterback. I believe he won the Elite 11, right?
Yeah, I believe he did that year.
Yeah, so you have all this attention on you. You have the world telling you that you're the man.
Yeah.
And then you get to college, and you're not. How are you going to handle it? Based on how I watched him on QB1, I hope the dude has an attitude change going forward.
Yeah.
You need some confidence and a little bit of arrogance to really make it. But at the same time, you need to know when your arrogance is holding you back.
Yeah, and it just seems he's very arrogant.
It seems like he thinks he's the shit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so when he's not playing up to it, it kind of his mentality, everything gets thrown off. He gets benched for Caleb Williams.
But to be honest with you, in the 2 years, I have not seen anything spectacular from him.
No.
Nothing was made me go, wow, he's the guy.
Yeah, we've said it, man. This is going to be, I think we're going to see a little bit of a quarterback drought coming out of college.
Yeah.
Teams who didn't get their quarterback in the last 2 or 3 years, I don't know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
You're going to hope that the recycled guys like the Mitch Trubisky's and probably eventually Daniel Jones,
because
you're going to hope those guys can bring some value to you, because who are you taking? Spencer Rattler's not going to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah, he's definitely not even going to the draft.
Yeah, no, he's not. But I mean, unless there's a huge change, I shouldn't say he's not going to be.
So you got here's your new top prospects sitting at QB. You got Kenny Pickett.
Is that Pitt?
Pittsburgh.
Pitt. Yeah.
So then you got Matt Corral and then Sam Howell. I would say those are your big three coming into this draft. And I mean, you're taking a shot at any of them. And none of them, if you're sitting, because it's going to be Lions, Texans, maybe the Falcons.
Yeah.
That would be your.
Well, Seattle too.
Yeah, Seattle. We don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, we'll talk about
that. That organization's.
But there's just. It's tough right now, right?
Yeah,
those three guys. When you hear them, they don't carry near as much attention or weight with their name as Trevor Lawrence did.
Yeah.
As Zach Wilson even did, as Justin Fields, Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Think about it. Mac Jones was slammed like crazy. He was. Let's be honest. I said he was going third overall, but you and Nick, and I did joke about it as well myself, but we all kind of talked about it. Mac Jones was the odd man. Well, I'm not too high on Trey Lance either. I forgot about him.
Trey Bisky,
yeah. Mac Jones was the odd one out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't have any exceptional physical traits or anything. He's a solid pocket passer. He's a smart guy. He's not that fast. He doesn't have the strongest arm. He's decently accurate, but everyone had traits that people fell in love with more than him. Mac Jones put him in this draft compared to these other quarterbacks coming into the draft for this upcoming year. Mac Jones is easily the number one prospect.
Oh yeah,
100%. Hindsight out of it. Even if Mac Jones wasn't playing as great as he is this year, and he's playing pretty much up to par with the rest of the rookies, which hasn't been that impressive. Mac Jones is still, compared to Sam Howell, Kenny Pickett, and Matt Corral, he's still your number one.
Yeah,
pick.
he's definitely
he's clear cut better than these guys.
Yeah,
and that's the challenge, right? You didn't get your guy in last year's draft, the year prior or the year before, so now you're in a tough spot as a football team, right? Am I going to reach on Matt Corral, Sam Howell, or Kenny Pickett, or am I gonna go and sign a fill-in piece like a Mitchell Trubisky, right? Or I still think that Daniel Jones will eventually he's going to have a Trubisky trajectory.
I think so too. As soon as he leaves, the Giants, I think he will have a good career.
Yeah,
it's just
so you're going to go okay, these guys are young. Did they get a fair shake? We don't really know. I still, you don't know what kind of quarterback you can get in Trubisky because there's so much inconsistency.
Yeah.
Are you going to say, well, we know that he's got the experience. He's played in the NFL. He's seen the defenses. He's up to speed. Maybe we can turn him around. Or do you risk it all on a rookie that's probably going to be a reach for you to take him because I want to get my young guy?
Yeah.
That's the challenge you're in with this year's quarterback class.
And
There's
especially it's all these terrible teams. So it's like, do you go after and get like these guys that are going to be amazing, like your DN, like this is going to be a very heavy like defensive end class. Like there's a lot of good DNs, and it's like Thibodeau. Right. Like if you're the Lions, probably not going to win a game, and you're sitting here, you'd be dumb not to go after these higher rated prospects than to reach on one of these quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think the Lions are still convinced they can do something with Goff. I'm not. I know you're a Goff guy.
I like Goff. I mean,
it's nothing against the dude personally. He's just let's be Jared Goff and Carson Wentz. Those guys are not top 2 picks if they came out of any other quarterback class before and after them.
Yeah,
neither of them are getting picked in the top 2. They're not going 1-2.
I do want to say Carson Wentz with Frank Reich
looking pretty good.
Hell of a lot better. I think Carson Wentz without him, absolute dog water.
Yeah.
But it just seems like Indy got a good fit. Frank Reich.
And that's another example, right? Carson Wentz it's similar to what I'm talking about. You try and like take a guy who's gone through his growing pains and everything, kind of leaves something to be desired on the field and think you can turn him around. Indianapolis chose to go that route rather than being play for one of the quarterbacks.
But
it's working sort of for them. They're still a run. I don't know what their record is. They'll probably make the playoffs, but
they're one of those scary good teams. Like
Like,
did you see what they did against the Bucks this weekend?
They lost.
I mean, they lost, but it's the Super Bowl winning team. They put up a fight.
Indianapolis is a team you don't want to run into because they're a team who can beat anyone, but they're also a team who can lose to anyone.
Yeah, they're like the Vikings.
They're unpredictable. They're the Eagles of the AFC in my opinion.
No, they're the Vikings.
The Vikings?
Yeah. I feel like Carson Wentz is like the Kirk Cousins of the AFC now.
No, Kirk is. Don't disrespect Kirk like that. We'll get into Kirk. Don't disrespect Kirk like that. No,
but they're definitely the AFC Vikings. It's like they should. I
would still say the Eagles because the Eagles are wildly more inconsistent.
They are, but like the Vikings, I feel like they're a good team and they should be better than the record. And that's
absolutely. Kirk Cousins has like 23 touchdowns or 24 touchdowns and 2 picks.
But they still find a way to lose games.
Of course.
But that's how I feel about like the Colts. Like
the Vikings are close though, man.
Yeah, they're
young
close.
Defense. They're close.
Dude, I'm telling you, at this point, the Bears are going to be right next to the Lions.
No, Bears are only 1 game out of a playoff spot. How ridiculous is that? Well, let's not get into NFL. We still got a lot of college football to talk.
We'll transition. Championship weekend.
Let's.
So we got some big games on the line. All right.
So championship weekend, baby. Conference championships. Well, this is what we live for.
We'll talk about the Ohio State game real quick.
You know what? Let's shout out Michigan. You're 1-5 against.
Dude, all right. Let me just go right into this here. So, let me tell you, if there's any Sherlock in this world, it's Ohio State is gonna beat Michigan, especially with Harbaugh being the coach. So you know what I do? You know what I do this Saturday?
Gee, Bobby, tell me who you bet on this.
So I throw money on Ohio State to win because Harbaugh always loses, right? So I go ahead, throw my bet in. Sherlock, dude, I can't wait for this game. Ohio State's gonna blow them out. I don't even think Michigan, how does Michigan even think they're gonna hold up on it? And then Hassan Haskins comes in here, just dogging them, man, just running it right down their throat. They can't stop the run.
They couldn't. He was unbelievable.
Dude, it's insane. Like, they knew it was coming, and then boom. Break off, 20-yard run, 20-yard run.
I think I sent a text to our group chat. I was like, is anyone going to tell Ohio State that Michigan's going to run the ball?
Dude, Harbaugh
what's the saying? Even a blind squirrel finds a nut.
Yeah, that's true.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Listen.
I didn't think it was going to happen. I really didn't.
I didn't either.
I agree with you. I thought Ohio State is a lock because Harbaugh is not good against Ohio State. 1-5. This week was his first win against them.
Yeah. Coming into 0-5, never has beat them, and then
never has beat them. Hell, he's 3-4 against Michigan State. I think I don't think they've outside of this game they were like 0-12 or something against top 10 ranked teams.
Yeah, and
Michigan has a history under Harbaugh of losing to the big primetime opponent.
Yeah.
The rivalries, the opponents. I mean, they're 1-3 against Michigan State at home.
Exactly. And
so you think, they lost to Michigan State earlier that year.
And Ohio State just blew out Michigan State. So you're like,
it's the craziness of college football, man. That's the thing.
Know.
It's just unpredictable as could be. I'll tell you, the only thing you could predict was that Hassan Haskins was going to get the ball in that game.
Exactly.
But apparently everybody except Ohio State knew that was coming, especially when they still had a chance. And they still didn't sell out to stop the run.
Yeah, dude.
You had to. It was a clear run the clock situation.
Exactly.
You got to sell out.
And Cade McNamara, I don't even know. I feel like he threw the ball like 5 times that game.
But he did make some big time throws when he needed to.
I will say.
But either way, you had to sell out to stop the run, and you didn't.
And your college football playoff is on the line. Big
Ten championship was on the line, and they're out of it now.
Yeah.
Don't get me. Listen, I'm not an Ohio State fan, so
I'm a Ryan Day fan.
I know.
I'm real big on Ryan Day, but I'm not huge on Ohio State.
No, I don't. I'm not the biggest Ohio State fan. Honestly, I don't like either program. You know me, I'm a Michigan State fan. Out of all the Big Ten teams, Michigan State's my favorite.
Yeah, we were just talking about Connor Cook earlier. Kirk Cousins.
Connor
Dude,
Cook.
you really love Michigan State.
I'm a big MSU fan when it comes to the Big Ten. Georgia's still my favorit program.
Yeah. The Dogs.
I can share my list of favorites just to share my list of favorites for you guys later. But no, I was hoping the first ever double loss in NCAA football history was going to happen this weekend. But in all seriousness, Ohio State was flat, man. They looked bad.
Yeah, they did not.
Who was it? Was it Charles Woodson who said it? Or was it Reggie Bush? One of the two. One of the guys on the show, the casters and everything.
Yeah.
They talked about the weather in that game. And they said that snow, that cold weather was Michigan's chance to take advantage, right? Because that weather limits the skill of other teams. Right?
Yeah.
Ohio State this year they're a passing offense.
Yeah.
They've got probably they've got the big 3 that you want at their wide receiver position, right?
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud, freshman quarterback, having a really good year.
Yeah, one of the finalists. Yeah, probably going to be one of the finalists for the Heisman.
But they're a good passing offense. Guess what the cold weather does? It messes up the passing game.
Yeah, dude.
Because your receivers can't cut as quickly because they're cold. The quarterback's hands, I don't care, man. You can keep it in the hand warmers until the ball's right in front of them. Yeah, it's cold. The cold weather affects your passing game more than your running game. Ohio State's running game isn't all that great this year.
Yeah,
it played into the advantage of Michigan. If it's a crystal clear day, it's a nice day out. I don't know. Maybe Michigan still wins, but I don't think it was as dominant as a win.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is, Michigan took advantage of the opportunity in front of them. They knew that they were going to be able to slow down Ohio State, especially given the weather and everything. And so they forced Ohio State to not be able to make mistakes.
And they just ground and pounded that ball, man.
And they beat the hell out of them.
Yeah.
They ran the ball like crazy. Hassan Haskins, 5 touchdowns? 4 or 5 touchdowns?
I think maybe 4.
4 or 5.
Yeah. But
over 100 yards in the first half. They played hard-nosed, old school, cold weather, nasty football.
I'll give it to Harbaugh. But
yeah, I give him credit. I give him credit for it because listen, I've watched the Bears lose to the Packers so many times in my lifetime. I understand how those Michigan fans felt to finally win a game against Ohio State. That is their Bears-Packers rivalry there.
They can't get excited too quickly because you still got the Big Ten championship. Iowa's defense is pretty good, so I don't think you're going to be able to pound the ball like you did. So
that'll be the 2 championships I'm watching right now, right? So we got, we'll highlight the main ones: Pac-12, Big 12, Big 10. ACC and SEC.
Yeah.
There's the AAC, the MAC, and everything.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's in the AAC, right?
Yeah. AAC.
So Cincinnati should win, but
Cincinnati, Houston. I think that's a lock. I will give it to Cincinnati. I don't think they're losing.
But so highlighting the big ones: Pac-12, Big 12, Big 10, SEC, ACC.
Yeah.
The two I'm watching the most: Big 12 and Big 10, because those are the two teams. The SEC. That's going to be Alabama, Georgia.
That's the biggest game. That's the game. Like, I'm most excited.
As for like if Alabama wins against Georgia, both teams are going to make the playoff.
Yeah.
That's what I think should happen. If Alabama wins, if Alabama loses, then it kind of shakes up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because you can't
put 2-loss Alabama in.
Like, there's no way.
Especially if you have Ohio or Michigan and Oklahoma State both win theirs. Yeah. Which is why I'm highlighting those two championships. So let's play the hypothetical, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's say Alabama loses to Georgia, Michigan and Oklahoma State both win their championship. Now, who are you putting in? You have Georgia, Cincinnati.
No, I think you'd still have. It would be Georgia. You got to go Michigan, Oklahoma, and then Cincinnati at 4.
So they both would go in, you'd say?
Yeah.
Now let's play it a little more. Let's say Alabama still loses in his 2-loss.
Yeah.
Michigan. Well, we'll say either Michigan or one of them wins, one of them loses. Now it shakes up everything.
Yeah. Then Notre Dame would have to slide into it.
Those are my two to watch, because they
predict everything going to the college.
Those two games set up the entire football playoff. It sets up all of it, because they could be your 3 and 4 or your 2 and 4, or they can both be eliminated and bring in two teams that we didn't expect.
Yeah.
But there's a 3-way. There's like 4 teams trying to fit into 2 spots right now. And those are the two that I think are most likely to. It's Alabama.
I don't know, but Alabama
I don't know where I was going.
Alabama playing Auburn, like, going into that game,
they didn't look good.
They didn't look good. Like, your offense should have blown them out. Like, you should have been able to drop 40 points on them.
Yeah,
like, easily. And it's just they couldn't move the ball that well.
Watching that game, I don't want to. Big Georgia fan. I don't want to jinx anything, but I'll tell you what, man. Alabama didn't wow me.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a tall task ahead of them in Georgia.
Yeah, but
I really do think Georgia can have a pretty convincing win over Alabama.
But it's gonna be a tough fight. I will say.
Oh, it's gonna be a dogfight, man.
Yeah,
it will be, because Alabama's gonna bring their A game. Georgia's obviously gonna bring their A game.
Yeah, they're not going down without a fight.
That is going to be the most exciting. I'm going to say that's the second most exciting game to watch outside of the national championship game.
But it's just going to be sad. Just as like a standpoint, like, okay, if Alabama loses and it's not in the playoffs, like,
are you going to be sad?
Like, Georgia's just going to run away with this. Like, dude,
maybe.
Any team going up against Georgia in the playoffs, other than Alabama, is going to get absolutely slaughtered. They're just that good. Like,
Georgia is really good. But you never know, dude. We thought Ohio State was going to handle Michigan no problem.
We did. And
college football is so unpredictable.
But I got to say, Georgia is, right now, as it sits, Georgia's the only team that can take an L this week, and they're still going to be in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
So
the committee's waiting for a reason to pull Cincinnati out.
Yeah, they are. But I think you got to give it to Luke Fickell. And if they pull out, they're playing Houston. So if they take a loss to Houston, they obviously don't deserve it. But if they
win out and they're undefeated, you have to put them in.
Yeah, you have to.
They've done everything asked of them.
Exactly. And
especially if Notre Dame's going to maintain their status as a top 7 program.
Yeah.
They've got to win against against a top program.
Yeah.
So Cincinnati needs to win. If Cincinnati loses, they're out. No question about it, in my opinion. Like you said, Georgia's the only team this week in championship weekend that can lose and still find themselves in.
Yeah.
Because there's no justifying taking them out. Cincinnati at that point is the only undefeated team remaining. And even if they're undefeated, they're still not better than those other. The only schools I can see Cincinnati beating in the playoff would be Michigan or Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Those are the only two programs that I think Cincinnati can match up okay against.
But
they're going to get bodied by Georgia or Alabama.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I like Cincinnati and what they're doing. I don't mean to sound like I'm disrespecting the hell out of them, but you get what I'm saying.
I mean, like, yeah, I give it what they're doing. Like, it's Cincinnati. Like, I don't even remember. Can you even remember the last time they were ranked top 5?
No, I don't think they've ever been.
So I'm giving it to Luke Fick. I wanted him to come coach USC. That's who I wanted. But
right.
It just, I don't think they have the talent to go up against these SEC teams.
They have the heart, but I mean, it's just that college is a game where the talent difference really exists.
Yeah.
Like the difference in talent between programs in college can be astronomical.
Yeah.
In the NFL, a bad NFL team still could go up and have a good game and like match up well against a good team.
Yeah,
we've seen the Lions do it multiple times.
Yeah,
right.
They just played the Bears, but that was
the Bears are bad too.
Yeah,
but we've seen the Lions some BS away from winning against the Ravens, some BS away from winning against other teams.
Yeah, exactly. It's
the Lions have matched up against good teams.
The Texans beat the Titans.
Beat the Titans on any given Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
In college, I mean, it's hard to picture Cincinnati beating Georgia or Alabama.
I mean, it's possible.
It's possible, but it's a lot harder to picture that. I could see the Lions beating a team like Tampa Bay more. I could see that being more realistic than Cincinnati beating Georgia. That's basically what I'm trying to get at.
I agree with that.
And it took a lot of words to get to that statement, but that's what I'm trying to say.
But this week has been crazy in college football. Saturday was bad. Sorry about that, Ryan. I told you it was a lock. It was not a lock.
I never give betting advice.
But after the Pittsburgh incidents last year,
what happened? I don't know the story.
Oh, you don't know the story?
I asked and no one told me.
So week 17, right? Pittsburgh plays Browns. Browns beat them, right? Because they sat Big Ben.
Playoffs.
Yeah, so they sat Big Ben, everything. Now. So I'm like, oh, whatever. They had a bad game. They were in the playoffs anyways. They didn't need to play any of the starters, but they're going to come back. They're not going to get beat twice by the Browns. So going into it, Ryan texts me. He's like, who should I bet on? And part of me thinking that day, like, I'm like, dude, Cleveland got a chance. Like, I thought they did, but I was like, no way. I was like, Steelers.
The Browns is the Browns.
Yeah, the Browns are the Browns. They ain't getting beat twice by the Browns. So I'm like telling them, like, dude, bet the Steelers. Dude, they're going to win. It's clear cut. Drops $1,000 on the Steelers, dude.
Oh, man.
And then, it was like the first or second play. Dude, the center snaps it over Big Ben's head. Dude, goes back like 20 yards. They return it for a touchdown. Like, I was like, oh. I was just like, it's rough, dude. They dropped. They were down like 14-0. Like
they got destroyed.
Yeah,
dude.
they got.
It wasn't even close.
Yeah, and
oh my gosh. Hey, I said it last year. We should have had a podcast last year. I said the Steelers were the worst 11-0 team of all time.
They were, but I didn't think they were going to lose twice to the Browns.
I did.
Yeah. Back to back and beat twice by the Browns. Like
Pittsburgh wasn't in.
Juju.
Let's not talk about last
Juju cursed them.
No, they're just.
He cursed them. But
well, I mean, yeah, his antics got people pissed.
Other than Alabama, Georgia, my big one to watch would be Pittsburgh, Wake Forest. These are two sneaky good teams. Wake Forest did take 2 losses, but it's Kenny Pickett against Sam Hartman. They both are very highly rated quarterbacks this year. I think it's going to be a really cool matchup. I mean,
it's not Clemson.
Yeah, it's not Clemson. I mean, they're terrible, but Clemson's on the down and down.
Y'all remember when I said Clemson wasn't going to have that good of a year?
I'll give you credit. You did call this, but you also did say that the Cardinals were going to stink this year. And
No. Actually, I did. I think. Wow. Okay, let me restart my sentence.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did say they were going to be third in the division. And I did say that.
Like as it sits right now,
they're really good.
They are really good, but I mean the last couple weeks. They're
not third in the division.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
But I'm just saying, the last couple weeks it's been Colt McCoy and without D Hop, so you got to kind of take that out of the equation.
No, I know. I'm not holding it against them.
Yeah, you can't hold that against them. But they're clear cut winning the NFC West.
Yeah, they're really good.
So, speaking of NFC West, we'll just transition into the NFL.
Yeah,
so
let's go NFL talk real quick.
COVID toe Aaron Rodgers just dog watered the Rams, man.
Yeah, Bobby, you're not using that dog water phrase correctly.
Dog water.
He rolled on him.
Yeah, he rolled on him, man.
Didn't look like his broken toe phased him or anything.
Yeah, dude, how?
But he might. I saw he's debating surgery.
Yeah, but
so apparently it's really painful.
Yeah, I guess.
I imagine. I mean, it's a broken toe.
Yeah, I mean, he's on his bye week. I think they said he wouldn't miss any playing time, even if he got surgery on it.
I don't know. It's a broken toe. I don't really know.
And dude, playing in cold weather too.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like fun at all.
No, it doesn't seem fun at all. Maybe the cold makes him not feel it as much.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Either way, the Rams. So, talking NFC West, the Rams are 0-3 since acquiring Von Miller and Odell.
Fake.
What?
They're fake.
What? They're
fake.
I get what you're saying.
They're just fake. Yeah.
Honestly, there's something to be said about this, right? Because everyone thinks, oh, just go and get all the talent you can, and you'll have a good team. The talent needs to work together.
Yes.
Now Odell's still fresh to the team, right? So obviously, there's gonna be some chemistry issues to start with him and Stafford. Especially losing Robert Woods is proving to be a massive loss.
Yes.
Because he was your vertical guy. You did all of those jet sweeps and everything to him. You don't really have that guy anymore. And the chemistry still isn't there with Odell and Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Who Matt Stafford is rumored to be dealing with quite a few physical ailments.
Yeah, I've kind of expected that coming because he's been kind of playing like shit.
Yeah, he's been looking pretty rough.
Like
Matthew
the way
Stat Padford is what I've been seeing.
And the way he's been playing, it's like
he's missing throws he doesn't miss.
Yeah, it's like basically you might as well have kept Goff.
Yeah, he's not looking that hot right now. Started off super hot this season.
Yeah, he did. But
I just think Matt Stafford's a dude who's had to throw the ball so many times in his career. He's taken so many hits.
Yeah,
I think he gets worn down. His body gets worn down a little bit faster.
I guess he's sore back. What is it?
Tendinitis in his shoulder and elbow. I mean, he's got. If this stuff is true, damn the dude. I mean, there's no questioning how tough Matt Stafford is.
True.
We've seen it. Everyone's seen the video of him with the dislocated shoulder and everything his rookie year.
Oh yeah.
He's a tough guy. But,
yeah, I'll give him credit. I mean, he's played on the Lions for how many years?
Yeah. He took a beating too, but the Rams are just there's too much talent on the roster for this to make any sense to me.
Too much cooks in the kitchen.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many. Adding Von Miller should have made an instant upgrade, but then they go in against a kind of just pick and pull whatever offensive line for Green Bay that's dealing with injury, so they're just kind of shuffling guys around.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get that much pressure on Aaron Rodgers.
No, they couldn't.
They should have been able to, but they couldn't. And then, Stafford didn't look good. Chemistry issues, like I said, with
Cup, though.
What?
Cup, though.
Cup, man.
Dude, still looking good. 96 yards.
Of course. Cooper Kupp is the guy.
I just want this to be said. I don't get why everyone's getting so upset.
What am I upset about?
No. Like I'm just saying, I got a lot of hate for calling Cooper Kupp the best receiver this year.
Don't sweat that, man.
I'm just saying, like, not talent wise. I'm just saying he's clearly the best receiver this year. Everyone's hating on him.
Oh yeah, I agreed with you. I agree with you on that. Statistically, he's the best.
Yeah.
Physically, there's more electric guys and everything.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he's producing the best, and that's what I'm saying.
That's all that matters.
This year, he is the best wide receiver in football this year.
Yeah.
So far, barring any changes. Do I think he's the most talented? No, I think DeAndre Hopkins is the best wide receiver in terms of talent. That's my opinion.
Not Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams is good, but I think if I had to pick between the two, I'm taking D-Hop.
Yeah, I'm taking D-Hop too.
Because, that's just...
Or Stephon Diggs.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. We can have that conversation another time.
Yeah. But
we can give our top whatevers.
But all I was saying, producing. He's the best producing. He's getting results. And I'm glad to have him on fantasy team. That's
absolutely.
Yeah.
let's stick in the NFC West. The guy who's not producing those, DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
One reception for 13 yards?
Yeah, or 11, I think.
Something like that.
Dude.
Either way, really helped me out in fantasy football this week. Because he was Scotty's final matchup.
Yeah.
Guys, I made like a 35-point comeback in fantasy football.
Hey.
Right? Between JD and my 35 points came from JD McKissick. Shout out JD McKissick. I made a Twitter post about you earlier this year. And Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson had an 2 touchdowns is 2 touchdowns, but honestly, the Seahawks, man, what is going on with them?
Dude,
they're just not looking. They're not looking good.
Dude, it's like the whole organization is just imploding. Like, Chris Carson's out for the year. Then Wilson has the injury, and he comes miraculous comeback again, and then you play awful. You
not
can't
playing well.
Again, you can't.
DK's not getting involved.
And you have to get him involved.
You have to.
Like,
I'm glad he only had 1 reception this week, but he's your best wide receiver. You have to get him involved.
And what? He's
your best player.
That was the fourth quarter, third quarter?
Yeah, it was the last drive.
Yeah. So it was the fourth quarter. It was his first target.
Yeah. I mean, that's shout out to the Washington defense for keeping him uninvolved.
Yeah.
DK's not getting 0 targets because he's wide open. He's getting 0 targets because he's not open.
Yeah.
So, like I said, props to Washington's the football team's defense.
But how many punts did they have in a row? I think it was like 7 punts in a row.
They ran 3 plays in Washington football team's territory. That's it. All game. Up until that touchdown drive in the fourth quarter, they ran 3 plays in Washington territory all game.
Like, dude, it's awful. Like, their offense is terrible.
They're just not good.
Yeah. And
Russ is going to leave. Russ's time in Seattle is done.
It's done.
Over.
Yeah,
I think it's over.
He wants out. It's clear. They didn't go get him any offensive line help. You could kind of look at it. He doesn't have good offensive line.
No, he doesn't. He hasn't had a good offensive line for a few years.
Yeah.
I mean, honest to God, they haven't had a good offensive line since that Jimmy Graham trade they made years ago.
Yeah.
They gave up one of their best O linemen. I don't even remember his name, but they gave up their top O lineman for Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
Since then, they have had one of the worst offensive lines in football.
Yeah.
So
and they've been winning because
when are GMs going to learn that you have to build through the O line?
Yes, you do.
I mean, how documented is that now that your offensive line is the difference maker?
Yeah, and you don't have Chris Carson, who's a solid running back.
You don't have a solid running game, so your O line's even more important because your if you have a good O line, you can put in another running back, and they should be able to at least hold their own.
Yeah, and Alex
you have
Collins,
a bad O line, so you can't run the ball. Russ is a really good quarterback and everything. Coming back from an injury, you can't have him being thrown to the wolves every time he drops back into the pocket. You have to build through your offensive line. Like I think that's so obvious, yet we never see it happen. The O line always seems to be like the last thought about unit on your team.
Because everyone needs to follow the Andy Reid approach.
Yeah.
You need to build your whole team.
And then
go and get your quarterback. Yes, that's how it should be. Like, you should have a solid O-line, solid receiving core, and then bring them into a good situation. Like look at Mac Jones, obviously. Rookie quarterback. I didn't expect him to be that good, but he goes to the Patriots, who's already a built-up organization. It's having the most success.
The Patriots sat at 15 because they had COVID opt-outs.
Yeah.
They were a good team. It was the perfect situation. But that, exactly like you said, GMs, it's always about how, they have a young quarterback on his rookie deal, so you can go and spend and everything. You should be anticipating a rookie quarterback on a young deal or on a cheap deal, right? Because the Chiefs did it, right? They built their O-line. The defense was okay at the time they drafted Mahomes and everything. Not so much anymore. They got their wide receivers.
Yeah, they had Tyreek Hill. They had Travis Kelce.
They had their running game. Yeah. Go and build everything that you need to surround your quarterback with. Spend your money there. Get your quarterback after you've acquired all that talent. Make a run while they're on their rookie deal. You pay your quarterback when the time comes. And at that point, he should have already developed into His development is going to be 10 times easier when he's put on a team that has the pieces to help him succeed right away. When you're asking your quarterback to spend the first 2 of his 4 to 5 years in the league developing and playing with crap players on a bad team, guess what? You don't really know how good they're going to be until that you've just wasted 2 years.
Yeah, you did. And
you got to develop the guys, but the development part comes so much easier when they can succeed right away.
Yeah, because look at Mac Jones. Beginning of the year,
struggled a
little bit, had
Still
some
looked
growing
okay,
pains,
but struggled.
But like now they're hitting their stride, and they've won the last 6 games.
The growing pains are starting to go away,
and they are. And I'll give it to Mac Jones. He's looking really great.
Yeah, because you brought a quarterback in. Could they still use some wide receivers? Sure.
Oh yeah, that's like their weakest point.
That's their weakest point, but they're still a complete team.
Yeah.
So, it's just that there's got to be a change in the approach.
Yeah.
Teams want to go and secure their quarterback before they miss their quarterback, but then they don't focus on anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go get our guy so we have him and then build around him. No, the way to look at it is what style quarterback do we want? Okay, let's build an offense for that style of quarterback, and then we'll go get that style of quarterback. So what? You pay some veterans, you pay a veteran for 2 or 3 years. Maybe you catch fire with him or something, and then you roll with that for a little bit.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't make sense to waste 2 to 3 years of development on a quarterback who's gonna, like Zach Wilson, perfect example in New York.
Yeah.
Horrible team.
And
that poor dude doesn't have a voice in his ear that's worth listening to. Nothing against Bob Salah. He's a defensive coach though.
Yeah.
So you could tell him all the stuff you want about how to succeed in the NFL, but he doesn't have a quarterback mind in his ear that is worth listening to.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a veteran in the locker room. Joe Flacco's the veteran.
Well, they just brought him in at the trade deadline.
They just brought him in. So Joe Flacco's the veteran now, but he didn't have that for the first 4, 5, 6 weeks of the season.
Yeah, and and
he struggled.
Yeah,
he had no one to listen to, no one to talk to, no one to bounce anything off of because he's got nothing. Corey Davis, I think, could be a solid wide receiver, but
he doesn't have anyone throwing him the ball.
He doesn't have a good guy throwing him the ball. Zach Wilson's. I mean, come on. You can't expect a rookie to come in and just change the franchise week 1.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen all that much anymore because these guys aren't getting brought up how they used to in college. Yeah. So I have my frustrations with how GMs are building
situation.
Building teams right now.
I'll say equally it's a bad situation for Jacksonville and Jets. For Trevor Lawrence and them.
Equally bad.
Equally as bad. I don't blame them. That's just the way it goes when you're highly sought after.
The way she goes, man.
The way she goes. But let's just hope, please, God.
Let Justin Fields develop.
Let Justin Fields develop. Please fire Nagy. That's all we ask. That's all we ask. Please.
I don't ask for much.
That's all I ask for.
Apparently, asking for the Bears to be good is a lot to ask for.
Dude, it is really hard, man.
But I think Nagy's as good as gone. Pace, I don't know about though. Pace is a wild.
I want Pace to stay. To be honest with you,
Bobby. Oh my. You know how long I've been a Pace.
Dude, I've been a Pace fan
from day one.
Hey, after seeing how many late round picks he's hit on and just what he did in 2020, he was aggressive. He went after a QB. He got some O-line help. I think he deserves to stay. He's done a good job.
He's missed at his coach.
Yeah, I feel that's exactly it.
But do you trust him to do it again? Right? That's the challenge. Is do you trust him? This is going to be his 3rd head coach now. Although I don't knock him for John Fox because there are tons of rumors and it's all but confirmed is that the McCaskies said you're hiring John Fox as the head coach. It didn't let him truly pick his head coach with John Fox. So I'm not going to hold him against that. Plus, inherited a really bad pro. The Bears were horrible. They were in shambles.
They were.
The amount of bad contracts and money tied into guys that shouldn't have had money tied into them was terrible.
Wasn't that when they were paying Alshon Jeffrey?
No, it wasn't even him. It was Lamar oh my gosh, who was it? I don't even remember his name. Something Houston was their big pass rusher that they signed, and he tore his ACL celebrating a sack when they were losing like 56-3.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
But there was so much money tied into guys from the Phil Emery, Mark Trestman era that I don't really blame Pace for the first 2 years because of it wasn't until his third year when all of that money came off the books.
Yeah.
And then what did he do? So this third year happened. John Fox gets fired. Year 4, Bears go 12-4, make the playoffs. They lost. As we know, things have unraveled.
Double
quite a bit.
donkey.
Things have unraveled quite a bit from there, but I do believe the Bears have enough talent on that team to be at least a wild card team.
Yes.
So your coach doesn't work, but Pace is the guy who picked him. So is Pace? Do you trust Pace to pick your guy again? I don't know. I really do think the Bears head coaching position, if it opens up, is going to be one of the most desirable in the league.
Yes,
I really do. It's better than it right now. John Gruden's the only coach that's been fired. The Bears are expected to fire Nagy. Those are really your only 2 spot openings that I could see as it stands. Because a lot of teams are fresh.
I've seen David Culley's on the hot seat. There's one more. Who else was on the hot seat? But I don't see them firing David Culley.
No.
That team is in shambles as is.
Yeah, so it's just
so this year would be the best, and
yeah, the Bears should have like the most desirable head coaching spot to come into. Young quarterback, solid defense, good young roster. I do think Ryan Pace is someone who's really talented at finding like contributing players who can contribute to make an impact in the later rounds. Larry Borum, 5th round pick, perfect example, having a really good year at right tackle. So I think Ryan Pace has built a good roster.
Yeah.
They have some injury problems right now, but Ryan Pace has proven throughout his time that he can go and find talent.
Yeah.
But can he prove that he can find the right guy to use it? That's the question.
That is a big question.
And if you're the McCaskies, are you willing to trust him to do it again? I can't speak for them. Would I let him do it again? Yeah. You can call me delusional. You can call me silly. But I would give him another head coaching. I would give him another shot at a head coach. I really would. Because I think Ryan Pace is someone who learns from his mistakes.
Yes.
And we've seen Ryan Pace has stopped with his tendency to fall in love with someone and just go after that person.
Yeah.
Right? He's not as like ridiculous with how, this is the guy I want. I will get that guy no matter what. That's what we had with Trubisky. He learned from that.
Yeah.
So,
and
I would trust Pace to go and get.
I think so too, because I think you're going to know that the defense isn't the problem. The offense is your problem. You're going to want to go and get like the best offensive minded coach that you can get.
Yeah.
And I would hope that he would learn from that mistake. And I feel like, dude, he's hit like Darnell Mooney.
Darnell Mooney, David Montgomery.
There's
talent, man. There's talent on that team. And they're going to have some money that they can spend in free agency. And as the end of the season rolls around and everything, we'll dive more in detail about that stuff, obviously. But we'll kind of give our final thoughts on all that. We'll jump into Bobby's bets in a second. But basically, to end it with the Bears discussion right there, I really do think that Ryan Pace is going to learn from the Nagy era. I think he fell in love with a coach it's Andy Reid's system, right? So you watched Kansas City go nuts, and you fell in love with the guy who's the offensive coordinator. But that system just lit up the league. We want the same thing here. I'm a firm believer that you need to have a balanced offensive attack to succeed.
Yeah.
If I don't like when the quarterback throws for 50 plus attempts a game, I like to watch complimentary football. 2018 was complimentary football with the Bears. Yeah. Mitch did what you asked him to at quarterback, and you were able to run the ball. That's what it takes to have sustained success. You need to be able to succeed in multiple areas of football. Nagy wants to win one way. The success is going to come from one style of play with the Bears under Matt Nagy.
Yeah,
go and find a coach, Greg Roman, cough, cough, Greg Roman.
Kellen Moore.
Sure.
I'm high on Kellen Moore, man.
I know, but go and find a coach who has shown that he will adjust his system to what he has to work with.
Yeah.
That's the guy you want. Not the guy who needs it to be this way or that way. The guy who says, this is what I have, this is how to succeed with it, this is how we're gonna play so that we can succeed with it. That's basically what you need to look for. That's what every every GM should be looking for. Ryan Pace, if you happen to watch this,
we're rooting for you.
We're rooting for you. That's what you need to go do.
Yeah. Don't fuck it up.
please, God, don't. Please don't.
Just don't.
Please
just don't. But we'll move into Bobby's bets.
We'll move into Bobby's
Week
bets.
13, I fixed it all up. It's week 13 of football. Week 13 of Bobby's bets. All right, it's all fixed.
Now we're lined up.
Yeah, now we're lined up.
This,
right?
week 7 of Bobby's bets, but it's week 11 of football. I'm just sitting there like, bro, what?
Yeah, wait.
Now it makes sense. Week 13 coming at you guys. Bobby's bets. Nick did not enter his picks before the show.
He did not.
So this is what we're gonna do. Nick has until we'll say Nick. We'll give Nick until Wednesday. Nick has until the end of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. He has until the Wednesday night to make his picks. One of us will screenshot so that we can lock it in. Any changes that come after that, we know will be BS.
Yeah.
And if any picks that Nick doesn't make, automatic L.
Yeah, automatic L. We'll just add
this
straight
is our chance.
15. This is our chance. We're coming back. We're coming back, boys.
Nick is kind of running away with it.
Yeah, he is. Nick's in first.
No, I'm 6 games back.
I'm only 10 games back. Okay, so one good week, man. One good week.
Yeah, but you need to remember he has to have an atrocious week.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
You need about, realistically, you need about 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, which is still possible.
And Nick needs some bad ones.
Possible.
It's still possible.
We still got another 6 weeks of football, though.
Yeah, we're running out of time.
Yeah, we are. But like, it's
Anything
insane.
could happen.
It's insane sitting at this point and going like, we got 6 more weeks of football.
I know. It feels good.
It does feel good.
It feels good.
As a fan, sorry for the players, man. I feel bad.
Yeah,
like, there's a lot.
It feels good.
But it feels good.
Either way, Nick is he's in position to run away with Bobby's bets, which would give him the rights to rename the segment.
Nick's picks. To be honest with you, I either want Mills' Mortal Locks or Bobby's bets. I don't want Nick's picks.
You don't want Nick's picks.
That's the only one. That's the only one I'm rooting for and not rooting for.
But it would give him if he earns it, he earns it. Either way, let's start off here. Let's go with our first matchup we got, Bobby. Give it to us. What's the rundown?
Cowboys versus Saints. Cowboys favored by 4.5. Saints. Taysom Hill is getting first team reps.
Taysom Hill's getting the first team reps. So probably going to see a shift at quarterback.
And hey,
with that said,
money's on the line for him. He just got that extension, and if he's making good throws at quarterback, it's potentially $90 million on the line.
Cowboys by 4.5. So,
but
I don't think the Saints are there.
Amari Cooper's gonna be back, and CD Lamb is supposed to be back. I'm going Cowboys. I think it's stupid. Can you type my name in there for me?
I'm just gonna.
Did you just pop a B?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Oops, I can't type. Keep going, Bob.
Okay. So we got Vikings, Lions. Vikings favored by 7. Vikings good team this year. Kirk Cousins, Andrew's boy.
Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback, guys. There's certain people around me that know I said when Kirk Cousins was the backup to RG3, I wanted the Bears to trade for him. I'm putting that out into the universe, so I want that on record.
I also wanted. I will stick up for. You're a Michigan State fan. We said this earlier.
Yes,
but
we talked about it earlier.
So of course, Kirk Cousins came from Michigan State, man.
He came from Michigan State. But I'm dead ass serious, guys. When he was the backup and he was just nothing more than a 4th round pick by Washington, I wanted the Bears to trade for him so badly. If Kirk Cousins was on the Bears, we're not living through the heartache that we live through now.
True, but we got Justin Fields
because he's a Packers killer, man. He beats the Packers.
He does beat the Packers, man.
And
it's just he's good, but it's just like he
gets under your skin.
He Kirk Cousins himself, man. He just does something stupid. Kirk Cousins
will go out there and throw for like 380 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. But on the crucial drive, he will make some boneheaded decision, and you just sit there like, of course.
Yeah.
But
he'll line up under the tackle.
Yeah, that was
dude, Alexander Madison had to what do you say to him? Like you just,
bro. Hey, it happens. It happens to the
you're under the wrong ass. Like, get over it. What are you doing?
Kirk Cousins is going to Kirk Cousins on that one. But I will say he does have 2 game-winning drives in the 4th quarter or overtime in the playoffs the past 4 years.
Yeah,
so I mean, he's actually pretty solid.
Doing really good.
23 or I don't remember if it's 23 or 24 touchdowns. Either way, 23 or 24 touchdowns, only 2 picks, over 3,000 yards on the season so far. Kirk Cousins, guys. He's legit. Young, growing, kind of struggling defense over there in
Vikings
Minnesota.
on up and up.
Vikings, though, are on the cusp. We said it earlier. They're close with this matchup. Vikings at +7. I'm going to sit with it and go with the Vikings.
Dan Campbell ain't getting his first win this week.
No, not this week.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I got a TikTok for you.
Sure.
Yeah. So we'll do that after the show. But Cardinals versus Bears. Cardinals favored by 7.5. Kyler Murray supposed to be healthy. I think D Hop's going to be back. I think the Bears are about to get slaughtered here.
I am going to roll with Chicago Bears.
They didn't cover the spread.
What?
They didn't cover the spread last week.
I don't care. I'm rolling with the Bears. I'm a Bears fan.
And
this is my bad pick of the week, guys. I will admit it. I'm taking the Bears to cover.
I'm throwing Cardinals down here, man.
Listen, I've picked the Bears every week, so I'm gonna do it because the Bears fan in me, I'm going to make a bad decision again, and that's just what it is. So, guys, if you're feeling bold, listen to me. If you're not, don't listen to me.
Don't listen to Andrew. They literally.
I'm pretty sure we can assume Nick is gonna go with the Cardinals.
Yeah,
I'm gonna throw his name. I'm gonna throw him down.
Literally, I just want this to be said because if Dan Campbell didn't screw up and throw 2 timeouts, go for 2 timeouts in a row, there's a chance the Lions could have got their first dub last week against Bears.
Oh, I know. There's a chance.
Like, he tremendously fucked that up.
Listen, I get it.
And in the
I get it. But
I've been an advocate for him.
To me, right? This feels like the Bears are. It's just going to be that game for the Bears where they're going to come out and they're going to look good and they're going to go, well, damn, what is this team?
Yeah.
That's what I feel like this game is going to be. Is it in Chicago?
I want to say it is.
It's in Chicago.
Well, Cardinals versus Bears. Yeah, it's in Chicago. Yeah.
So, cold weather, Bears weather. I'm
Bear
grasping at anything I
Bear
can.
down.
If Michigan can beat Ohio State, the Bears can beat the Arizona Cardinals. If
I'm not
the
too
Bears
confident on that.
Or cover, am I allowed to talk some crap about Cliff Kingsbury?
You could gloat. You could talk all the crap you want. If the Bears beat them,
Bears are going to cover the spread. Guys.
You go on a whole
7.5 Bears are going to cover
rant about Cliff Kingsbury if you want. Bears win.
The Bears are historically
not if they cover. They have to win.
Okay, I won't. But if they cover, I'm talking crap to you.
Yeah, you can.
That's
you
fine.
can say you're right, but you can't talk crap about Cliff Kingsbury because they still beat them.
The Bears do have a tendency to have like these, after a couple rough weeks, they have like a miraculous bounce back game. So it's possible that this is the one.
But I'm just saying, this is finally the Cardinals team's going to be all healthy. And
I know what to say, Bobby. We'll see. We'll see come Sunday.
Lambs to slaughter. That's all it's going to be. It's
any given Sunday, baby. Any given Sunday. You never know.
All right. I like the Bears. I really want them to win, but I don't see it.
I know.
So we got Buccaneers versus Falcons. Bucks favored by 11.
That's
easy. Dude, take the spread. Falcons stink. Did they beat the Jags?
No. Yes. No. I don't remember.
Yeah, they did. I think they did beat the Jags. But, I mean, that's the Jaguars. Buccaneers.
Jacksonville's not good.
Yeah. Buccaneers, they're going to just wash them. It's going to be sad. Poor Matt Ryan. That's all I'm saying.
We don't even have to waste our time on that.
Colts versus Texans. Colts favored by 9.5. Colts are one of those sneaky good teams, man. They're playing great. They have the best running back in the NFL right now. This year, I'm saying this year.
Yeah.
Colts. Take Colts, man.
Ty God, sorry, man. I don't think you got it in you.
Hey, he got the dub last week, though. Oh, wait, no, they lost last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. You told me to go with I was going to go Jets, right? And you said, oh, you got to go your guy Ty God.
I'm pretty sure I went Ty God.
Yeah, we all lost. I would have been 6-9, but I didn't listen to you.
Okay, Bobby.
All right. Eagles.
Bobby would have come into this week at 50-66.
Yeah, I would have been 1 up, man. All right, we got Eagles and Jets. Eagles favored by 6.5.
Eagles had a bad game against the Giants, but I think they're going to bounce back from it. The Jets is the Jets, man. They're not good.
Yeah.
Eagles are better.
They barely scrape by
6.5. I think the Eagles should be able to handle that one.
And Jalen Hurts had a bad game. Hopefully he doesn't have a bad game again. Chargers Bengals.
This is a tough matchup.
I'm done. I'm done picking Chargers.
You're done?
This was it. The last week I said, dude, if the Chargers screw me, which they did, I'm done
Fair
with
enough.
it. I'm going Bengals
that
on
logic.
this. They've screwed me.
I'm also rolling with the Bengals on this one.
Dude, I'm liking the Joes.
Yeah, the Bengals had a great game. The game they had against Pittsburgh, I think, sets the tone for the rest of their season.
Dude, that was just pitiful.
Oh, Pittsburgh's done.
I made sure to text Shake. He's still alive.
Okay.
After that embarrassing loss.
That's good. He's doing
Yeah.
good. Good for him. Yeah. But no, I'm in on the Bengals. This is two young quarterbacks I like a lot. I like Justin Herbert. I like Joe Burrow. But I think the Bengals, the Chargers are still struggling to get over the hump right now as a team. They looked like they were that team that could get over the hump now. But it's just hard to tell. Bengals had a huge momentum. I mean that the win they had against Pittsburgh could like change the momentum for the entire season. So I am definitely on with the Bengals in that one.
All right. We got Giants Dolphins. Dolphins favored by 3. Tua has not been playing bad.
No, Danny Dimes might be out with a neck injury as well.
Oh yeah, so I think it's safe.
Giants just signed Jake Fromm from the practice squad of the Bills.
Oh my boy.
Danny Dimes, little banged up. Either way, Giants are bad. Dolphins are bad, but I think the Dolphins are a little bit better in this one.
Dude, Dolphins
by 3, I could see it happening.
I think the Dolphins are on a 3-game win streak right now. They could find themselves some playoffs, my friend. Don't you worry.
You never know.
You never know. Football team Raiders. Raiders favored by 2.5.
Raiders are good, but Washington. Every time I've chosen not to go with Washington, they've let me. I've been wrong, and every time I've gone with Washington, I've been right. So they haven't done me wrong yet.
I like the Raiders, and
I do too.
I think I got to go Raiders on this.
You're going Raiders? Yeah, I'll put you in.
Yeah.
Going with the Raiders. 2.5 is a tough one.
Darren Waller, the baller. I don't think he's gonna be playing.
I just
got banged up.
Listen. I don't know. Something about the Washington football team. It's hard for me to pick against them. It really is. They play so hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do.
They're a young team. They play with heart. So I like picking them. So I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna stick with the Washington football team on that.
Yeah, Taylor Heineke. Cool story.
Yeah.
Ravens versus Steelers. Ravens favored by 4.
Easy Ravens.
Yeah, I think you gotta go.
4 is an easy spread.
It's a
Steelers this game.
Very easy spread. Game. And like,
Ravens didn't look good. Lamar looked horrible against the Browns. But a win is a win.
Yeah, a win is a win.
Baker,
even if
still
you're
very clearly banged up, man. He's just not looking right.
Yeah, dude.
He's not looking right. The Browns aren't looking right. They got to get it in order. But the Ravens didn't look great. Still found a way to win. I think the Browns are better than Pittsburgh. I think the Ravens have another repeat bad performance.
So AFC North, you go. Who's your number 1? Bengals, Ravens, Browns, Steelers.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty close. I think it's pretty much a toss up between the Bengals and the Ravens, but the Bengals have the head-to-head matchup against them.
Yeah, I think I want to say, dude, Bengals could quite possibly be the best team in the AFC North.
They very well could be. Yeah. It's a tough one to read.
It's
a tough one to read. But we got our next matchup here: Jacksonville versus the Rams. Rams may have been struggling, but I don't think they're struggling bad enough to where they're gonna not blow out Jacksonville. So it's Rams plus 13. That's a big spread. I don't like picking the big spreads, but Jacksonville has done nothing this year to show me that they can score points.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I don't see it either. Rams plus 13. That's a tough. I mean, that plus 13. I bet Nick picks Jacksonville on that one.
He might, but
I think he might.
I swear,
he's gonna be right.
If I know, it's gonna come back to. They're gonna win by like 10. 49ers versus Seahawks. 49ers favored by 3.5. Seahawks stink.
You go 49ers? Dude, I'm going 49ers.
They're one of those sneaky good teams.
49ers just beat that's like your buzz phrase right now, sneaky good.
Dude, they're sneaky good.
49ers just beat the Vikings, so they had a good game against the Vikings.
Yeah.
Seahawks struggling, man. They're just not getting it. They're not getting it done in any aspect.
No, they aren't.
Maybe they get on track with 49ers, but 3.5, I think 49ers are going to probably win by more than that. So I'm going to roll 49ers on that one.
All right, we got Broncos versus Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 10. Now,
this is a tough call.
10
is a big spread. The Broncos just had a really good game against the Chargers, but Teddy Bridgewater might be out.
Yeah.
He left that game early.
And
I don't trust Drew Lock to do it. The Chiefs are on fire lately.
Did you see him?
What?
He came in and he literally fumbled the ball.
Oh, yeah. It's just, I don't trust Drew Lock.
It's that, and there you go. It's like, that's why he's not this starter. Yeah, I think you got to go Chiefs here. It's if Teddy Bridgewater's out, you can't trust Drew Lock.
Yeah, you can't trust Drew Lock. Chiefs are on a roll, too. Like, they're really hot again. So,
yeah.
Mahomes is playing back up to Mahomes level.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he has the most passing yards in the NFL. He's back.
He's back.
He was down for a little bit.
The NFL got to enjoy life with them being bad.
Jackson Mahomes is gone. He hasn't been cursing him.
Yeah.
So, all right, last matchup of the week. This is going to be my favorite matchup of the week.
Oh, yeah,
too.
this is the game to watch, in my opinion.
Patriots versus Bills.
Patriots versus the Bills. This is the game to watch.
Bills are favored by 2.5. Don't know how.
I don't know either, but I am going to go with the Bills anyway. This is the Bill. This is Buffalo's chance to tell the league and to tell the Patriots and the rest of the AFC, we are for real. What you guys thought about us earlier in the season was you thought correctly.
Now
we're going to get back on track. If there's ever a time for the Bills to get back on track, it's this
White
matchup.
Is out. He's done for the year.
I know he's out, but the what's it called? The Patriots wide receiving core still doesn't scare me totally.
Yeah.
So the Bills, I think this is their statement game. And so the reason I'm going with them is because I think Josh Allen and Sean McDermott and Brian Dabble are ready to set the tone and show that they are legit. And just because that they want to bring an end to the Patriots hot streak. They didn't get enough time to enjoy the Patriots not being good. They got one season.
Yeah, they got one season.
So they're going to come in they're going to come ready to play. And this is the game. This is the season-changing game for the Bills. They're going to get back on track this week. I really believe that.
I understand where you're coming from, but I'm going the opposite. They expected the Patriots to stink all year, and they just have not. They've been so inconsistent this year, and the Patriots are just on the 6-game tear.
Yeah.
And I think the Patriots are the better one in the division. I think they're going to win this game.
Fair enough, but I really do think the Bills, this is their, like I said, this is their chance to really set the tone for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
You need that big game, right? I just said about the Bengals against Pittsburgh. Bengals may have shifted the outlook of their season with this past Sunday.
Yeah.
I think the Bills have the opportunity. This is the Monday night game, right?
Yeah.
So they have the opportunity on Monday night to come out, put the league on notice, tell the league that they're back, beat one of the hottest teams in football, if not the hottest team in football right now. This is their opportunity right here.
Yeah.
Like if you're about what you say you're about, this is the game where you're going to prove it. In Buffalo, right? In Buffalo this week. So it's setting up for the Bills to have a big Monday night football.
Bills Mafia is going to be there.
I really do think the Bills, it's 2.5. So, I mean, that's a field goal. This game might be close, but is it less than a field goal close? I don't think so.
Might be.
But I don't think so. And I'm
betting Patriots
I'm
winning.
riding with the Bills. I am.
All right. I mean, I love Josh Allen, but I'm riding Patriots on this one.
Fair enough.
They're complete, man.
They're a good team, but I'm riding with the Bills. I got a good feeling about the Bills this week. So that is my lock.
That's your lock?
No.
Okay, I was about to say, like,
that is not my lock.
Out of all of them, I would have pretty much been like, yeah.
My lock is the Bucks over the Falcons.
The Bucks I'm gonna go Cowboys versus Saints. You can lock that in.
Damn. But that will wrap up Bobby's Bets Week 13, guys.
Yeah, we're back on NFL schedule.
So
we're good, man.
We're no longer being really confusing with our wording and our numbers and everything.
True.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I wish we could hear Nick's picks because Nick's the most. This is gonna be if anyone listens to our picks, Nick's the guy to listen to, and he's not here. You don't get to hear his picks. You're stuck listening to us. Or are you gonna fade us? I wouldn't blame you if you fade us on some of these.
Honestly, yeah. After me telling you that Ohio State was a lock, and
if you fade us, you fade us.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe you'll do better.
Let us know how it goes for you, but
yeah.
I got a good feeling about my picks this week. I got a good feeling.
Yeah, I got a good feeling. We're gonna come back. This is the week we come back.
This is the week we come. This is the week. That
But it's
changes
week
it all.
13. It's your unlucky number.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah, back. Oh, remember back at Falcons when you were number 13, man. That was a bad year for you.
I hated number 13.
But
Took a beating.
yeah, dude, you did. You really did take a beat.
But it's
Yeah,
whatever.
but yeah, whatever.
That'll wrap up our football talk.
Yeah.
We want to close the show. We don't have a next question of the week. I just realized, unless you want to come up with one. But we're gonna talk MLB free
I'll see if I
agency
can
first.
come up
If
with
you
one
come
on
up
the
with something
spot.
on the
Yeah.
spot. Come up with something on the spot. I don't have one.
Yeah.
But so we'll dive into MLB free agency, guys. So like I said earlier at the beginning of the show, NFL or MLB free agency, free agent frenzy is a saying for a reason, and that's been exactly what this offseason has been
Dude,
for
crazy.
the MLB. We got the Texas Rangers have spent over half $500 million on free agency between three guys.
That's insane.
Massive contracts. The big names, right, that have been active in free agency, the big ones we got, like I said, just said them, Texas Rangers, New York Mets, the Tigers, and the Blue Jays have been, like, I think the four most
The
active.
Mariners.
Mariners have been active as well.
Yeah.
But I think the Javi Baez signing is bigger than what the Mariners
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the Tigers. That's why I put them in there.
Yeah.
I put the Blue Jays for a little bit of an opposite reason in the fact that they watched two of their biggest pieces from
Yes.
this past season walk.
They did.
But let's start over in Texas, right? So the Texas Rangers have spent $556 million. They have signed that. Haven't spent that outright, but the terms of the contracts they've offered and signed guys to amounts to that. So
Yeah.
there are three signings. We got Marcus Semien, 7 years, $175 million. Corey Seager with the absolute mammoth contract, 10-year, $325 million contract.
That's insane.
Huge. 10 years, that's massive.
Yeah, that's a huge deal.
And then John Gray, they signed 4 years, $56 million, trying to add a solid pitcher to their rotation.
I mean, it's not a bad signing.
No, it's not a bad
Yeah.
signing. I say he's average to slightly above average. You didn't sign him to be your ace.
Yeah,
you know
no,
what I
he's
mean?
not your ace. They still
What
got
does
your.
that come out to be?
They still got
14
Dane.
That comes out to be $14 million a year.
Yeah,
So
that's not too bad.
that's not too bad.
Yeah.
You're signing him to be your three
Yeah.
or four in the rotation. You need to add, but you needed pitchers.
They still got your guy Dane Dunning, right?
Dane Dunning's still there,
Yeah.
who I'm very high on.
He did.
But
Did he have a
the
bad
big
year?
signing, what?
Didn't he have a bad year?
He's a sinker ball pitcher, man. He's got to learn a little bit more.
Yeah.
I still think Dane Dunning can be a solid number 2, number 3.
Yeah.
He's a middle rotation guy, but I think Dane Dunning is going to be a solid pitcher.
So, real question: Rangers contenders this year?
I don't think they're contenders yet, but I will say it's pretty obvious that they've, based on what we've seen so far, most improved team.
Yes, they.
You went and addressed your middle infield, right? So you went with Marcus Semien and Corey Seager for your second baseman and shortstop respectively. That leaves Isaiah kind of Falefa available. The Yankees are rumored to be going after him. He's a Gold Glove middle infielder.
Yeah.
Clearly you wanted these two guys. You spent the money on them. I keep wanting to say Trevor Simeon. Marcus Semien.
Trevor Simeon.
I know Marcus Semien is 31 years old though, so this is definitely his.
So
last.
how long was his deal?
7.
7.
This is his last contract.
7 years.
7 years.
A 31-year-old. They signed a 7-year
7
contract.
years.
Jeez.
Corey Seager, I believe, is 27 and he signed at 10.
Yeah.
You locked these guys up until they're pushing 40.
Yeah.
So these are your guys of the future now. I like this. I like the Marcus Semien signing. I like the Corey Seager signing.
I like it.
I think they're too good. Marcus Semien had a breakout year, so to speak. He's always been a solid middle infielder.
But he's never been like
his bat
elite.
really came to him this
Yeah.
year. If he can continue that, that's a huge signing. Great signing. Corey Seager, we know about his playoff heroics. We know about his solid production and everything throughout the course of his career. Another great signing.
Yeah.
The John Gray one, we talked about it.
Yeah.
You needed to add some pitching and everything. These are all 3 signings that I'm on board with.
Yeah.
As someone who likes to root for the Rangers mostly because of Joey Gallo, so he's not there anymore, so I don't really give a crap.
Yeah.
Right? But I do like what they did. They really are trying to go for most improved.
They are.
They could be a wild card team.
I
You
think
never
they
know.
can.
Based on if these 3 signings pan out, you still need to add bullpen. You still need to add pitching. But your hope is that these three guys can help shore up three of your biggest like weak spots,
Yeah.
which is offense and pitching. Hopefully you can get that from these three guys, add some more pieces, develop some guys and everything.
I think they're going to definitely be most improved.
Yeah, as it stands right
Yeah.
now, most improved team. But it has to work out.
Yeah.
They have to produce.
Yeah,
everything.
they have to.
The other big name, Max Scherzer, signed a 3-year, $130 million contract with the Mets. So they're going to partner him up with Jacob deGrom.
Dude, that's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
And the rumor has it they're still looking to add another big pitcher and a solid bat. So adding Max Scherzer, he's older, but that's why it's only a 3-year contract. Max Scherzer is clearly still really good.
Yeah.
So now Max Scherzer's coming in. He's had to be the ace everywhere he's gone, and now he's coming in to be the number 2. They lost Thor. Syndergaard went to the Angels.
Yeah.
Almost said Anaheim. That would have been a blast from the past.
Yeah.
But
that's
another big contract.
It's a huge signing, honestly. Like that, because dude, it's like you have two of the best pitchers in baseball.
Two of the best pitchers in baseball are your 1 and 2, whichever order. I think DeGrom's your 1, but
and as long as they both stay healthy, I think that's huge.
Both stay healthy. Now they have to fill some holes now, right? They lost. Javi Baez went to the Detroit Tigers. Not the team I expected him to go to. I was surprised to see that.
Very surprised.
But you need to add some middle infield. They might lose Michael Conforto. I'm hoping they do. I want the White Sox to sign him. I'll dive into what I think the White Sox should do here in a little bit. But the Mets, they still have pieces that they need to make. They need to make more additions.
Yeah.
Right? They still lost. They still fell off last season. So you need to add pieces so that doesn't happen again.
Yes.
Especially because your trade for Baez didn't pan out how you wanted it to.
Yeah, no, he kind of stunk when he was on the Mets.
Baez he swings and misses, man.
Hey, but he hits dingers, right?
Yeah, when he makes contact, it's electric. But the dude, he's got some bad discipline at the plate.
You'll never get me to hate on Baez.
No, I get you won't. But he's going to the Tigers. That just means I'm going to watch him strike out a lot to Sox pitchers.
True. Hey.
He's going to strike out a lot. The Sox are going to make him look silly.
Hey, we could go a couple Detroit Tigers Sox games. I'll be down for that.
Sure, you can wear your Baez jersey.
Yeah, I did. I could.
I'm just saying. Javi Baez is a fun personality and everything. I'm not taking anything away from like how electric and everything he is as a player, but he strikes out a lot and he swings and misses a lot.
Yes, he does.
And I'm excited to watch the White Sox make him swing and miss a lot this year.
That's true. He does swing and miss. But
if
I was a professional baseball player, that's exactly how I'd be. In the show, I swing at everything. I hit dingers.
I know you do.
I hit dingers. That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that brings us to the Tigers signing of Javi Baez, and I'm just going over my biggest moves.
6 years, $140 million.
6-year, $140 million contract.
I feel like the Cubs could have afforded that.
The Cubs, he was never, dude. The Cubs are not where you think they are.
They could have afforded that. They could have
they could have, but they're not going to. They don't need to.
Chris Bryant's still on the board. That's the only one I want. Please bring Chris back. Please.
I don't think he's coming back. I think they're going to roll with Patrick Wisdom. I really do.
I mean, I do like Patrick Wisdom, but dude,
I
Chris
think they're
Bryant
going to try because he's cheap. He's had a good year. They're going to see what they got in him. So the Tigers signed Javier Baez, 6-year, $140 million contract. Not the team I expected him to go to. Am I worried about it as a Sox fan? No. Like I said, swings and misses a lot. He has a lot of throwing errors at shortstop. He plays flashy baseball, which is fun.
Yeah.
But it comes back to bite him a lot too.
It does.
I'm not that concerned about the impact him. People can feel free to come at me for this, guys. I don't think him being added to the Tigers is that big of a deal. It
depends what Javi Baez you're getting.
I don't believe he's elevating the Tigers enough because for the last 3 years now, his strikeout numbers have continued to increase. His errors on defense have continued to increase. Yeah. Sure, he hits the ball hard and he hits it far when he makes contact, but the reality is that he's not doing that as much as he used to. So unless he changes his approach at the plate and changes his approach on defense, I don't think he's elevating the Tigers all that much.
Yeah, maybe not.
Personally, I take Tim Anderson every day over him.
Timmy?
I would take TA over him every day. Because TA's defense at this point is pretty much, they make a similar number of errors. I would say Baez is more flashy. He's got more range, but then he makes a diving stop at the infield and then proceeds to throw the ball out of play a
Yeah.
lot. He does that a lot, Bobby.
I will admit he does.
He does that a lot. TA may not field the ball, so at the end of the day, doesn't really make a difference. But I would take the consistency at the plate from Tim Anderson over Baez every day.
Baez is a good player, man. All right,
Yeah, he's good, but Tim Anderson's good, and Tim Anderson's gonna hit over 300 every year and probably put about like 15 plus home runs out there. I mean, he's a consistent hitter. He gets on base, great leadoff guy. I like Tim Anderson more.
Yeah, but Baez is
Sox fan bias aside, like I really do think Tim Anderson's the better shortstop now.
Yeah, and I just want this to be. I'm not a Sox fan. I lost a bet.
No one can even see your hoodie. Bobby.
I know. I just want this to be known. If anyone.
Bobby's wearing a Sox hoodie. You lost a bet.
Yeah, I lost a bet. Yeah, not my hoodie.
No, I think earlier in their careers, Baez was better, but I think Tim Anderson has developed into a better shortstop now.
I can see your pace, but I feel like they're two different players.
They are different.
Apple
style
and
players,
oranges, yeah.
It's what my opinion. What I value more at the shortstop position is in Tim Anderson over Baez.
Fair enough.
You need to get on base, man. Like that's what it is. You need to get on base.
But I like Baez's style of play.
Yeah, I know he's flashy. He's fun.
Flashy. It's fun to watch.
But
I watched his that last game where they beat the Reds.
I got nothing against. Listen, okay, it sounds like I got something against Baez.
You really got something.
I would take Tim Anderson over him. I value that style of play a little bit more. But that's whatever. And then the final team I wanted to highlight before we talk about the Cubs and White Sox is the Blue Jays. Blue Jays signed Kevin Gausman to a 5-year, $110 million contract. They let Trevor Simeon walk. They let Robbie Ray leave and go to the Mariners. He signed a similar contract.
Yeah,
I think it was like 5-year, $115 million.
Yeah.
A similar contract with the Mariners.
I don't know why
I imagine Nick is really excited.
Yeah,
I think Nick mentioned how they should be in play for Robbie Ray,
yeah,
but never thought. I'm pretty sure he said it as if it wasn't a possibility.
I sent it in the group chat and Nick didn't even respond to it.
Well, that's Nick. He's not a good communicator.
Yeah. Well, Nick, you could.
We'll get it next week.
We'll ask him. We'll see how he does.
We'll get his takes on it and everything. But the Robbie Ray signing solid for the Mariners. I kind of like that one. So the Blue Jays let him walk. They took Kevin Gausman. I think Gausman's a little younger, coming off of a good year.
Yeah.
Both guys had breakout years on the mound.
Oh yeah, they definitely.
So you're gambling on either one because they haven't had that sustained success.
Yeah.
Gausman is a little younger, like I said. At least I think he is. I don't know their ages off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure Robbie Ray's in his push like 30 this year.
I think so. Yeah. I want to say.
Either way, though, they watch two guys leave. Their rotation is still good because they got Kevin Gausman, they got Jose Barrios, who are two really good guys.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't want to mess up his name. Hyun Wright.
I know who you're talking about, man. He's good. He's good.
I don't want to mess up his name.
Yeah.
They have a solid rotation. They need to replace Simeon, but I think they were comfortable letting him walk because. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on his name? You've got Bo Bichette Jr. or Bo Bichette at shortstop. Kevin Biggio is probably going to play either third or second.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Biggio had injuries and everything, so you're okay. Like you're okay. He's still your young guy who you want to be the player of the future there.
Marcus Simeon's old.
Simeon's 31. You let him walk. Blue Jays are still. I think they still have like the third or fourth highest spending so far in free agency this year.
Really?
Well, mostly because of the Kevin Gausman contract. But that brings us to the White Sox and the Cubs. White Sox and Cubs have been pretty much quiet. Yeah, I know you were really raving about the Wade Miley signing earlier.
I mean, that's like the only notable.
It's
like, and he was waived.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he threw a no.
Yeah, I know. He threw a no-hitter, which is against, I think, Cleveland.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, I'll give him credit. I mean, other than that, it was... His season was like nothing special. Nothing like he.
The Cubs and Sox haven't done much.
Yeah, no.
The Sox did officially agree to terms with Kendall Graveman. I really like that signing a lot. Kendall Graveman is what you wanted Kimbrel to be able to do, right? Kendall Graveman's like a setup guy.
Didn't you guys pick up Kimball's?
Yeah, they're gonna trade him.
Yeah.
Rick Hahn said in his meetings that they're picking up his option for the sake of trading him.
Okay.
Like he let the league know that they're gonna shop him, And if they get a good offer or any offer that's worth taking, they're going to trade him. If not, they'll probably keep him. But their intention is to trade him.
Yeah.
And he's got trade value because there's going to be a team that needs a closer.
Yeah. And
clearly he wasn't comfortable in the setup role. So you went and signed Kendall Graveman, who's been a setup guy for a long time.
Yeah.
He could set up, he can close games. So you went and signed him for a 3-year, $24 million contract, hopefully to do what you wanted Kimbrel to do for you. Kimbrel imploded with the White Sox. He sucks. Really hurts to see it happen that way, especially because they gave up Nicky Two Strikes, but
we got him.
You guys got him. I think he's going to be a solid second base.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But the Sox signed Kendall Graveman and re-signed Leury Garcia. That's really all they did. They've been really quiet. It's kind of boring. I really hope they go after Michael Conforto because I want them to go and get a left-handed bat, someone with some power and a solid, who plays good defense too.
Yeah.
I like Conforto. Maybe they go and get Ketel Marte, who is a switch hitter who can play pretty much everywhere on the field. I like him a lot too.
Yeah.
These are two things that I just bounced off with a friend of mine. Long shots probably, but Conforto I think is realistic, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I think it's a realistic
I would like him, Michael Conforto, to come to the White Sox, play right field, left-handed bat with some pop, good defense. I would be all over that. I'd buy his jersey.
You hear that, White Sox? He'll buy his jersey.
I'll buy his jersey.
Yeah, look at that.
White Sox. That's a jersey sale right there.
Yeah, right there.
I like Michael Conforto.
It's $150.
I actually am a big Conforto fan. So his jersey's as good as sold if he signs with the White Sox. I'll tell you right now, you'll have at least one purchase from the fan shop.
But I'm just gonna
the Cubs.
The Cubs. Yo, let's move on.
You said you wanted to talk Jed Hoyer.
Yeah, let's talk Jed Hoyer.
I'm gonna open the floor for you.
Okay.
Let you ramble a little bit before we wrap up the show.
All right. So you're sitting here promising us that we're not too far out. We got a good team build. We're gonna make some big moves. We'll be back in the race. All right. That's his promise to us, right? Wade Miley picked up off of the waivers. All right. Not even signed. Picked up off of the waivers. The Reds didn't even want him. Someone in your division didn't want him, and you took him. All right.
You took him.
Yeah. And then we go out and get Yan Gomes. Excuse me, Jed Hoyer. We have one of the best catchers already. What's the name? Wilson Contreras. And you're not even in talks of an extension right now. You're about to let him walk to get Yan Gomes. Excuse me?
Hey, it's Moneyball, baby.
No, you need to pay Wilson Contreras. He's gonna be the only one left that's worth anything at this point. I mean, yes, we have Patrick Wisdom had a great season.
What about Nico Horner and Nicky Two Strikes?
Nicky Horner, it's terrible. It can't even bat. All right. And Nicky Two Strikes, I love Nicky Two Strikes. I mean, he was my favorite Sox player. I did tell you that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy his jersey at 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
That's a jersey sale.
That's a jersey sale right there. But there's a lot of big pieces on the board. Like there's rumors that we were in talks with Corey Seagers. There was a chance to get
Trevor
Corey
Story and Carlos Correa are still out there.
They're still out there.
That.
There
are still names out there.
If they get Trevor Story, that's a jersey sale. I'm not buying Nicky Two Strikes.
Why not both?
Dude, that's like $300 right there. All right.
I know.
I work at a car wash, bud. All right.
Someone pay us a lot of money for this podcast, please.
Yeah.
Dave Portnoy, you hear me, man?
Yeah. Hey, we're shouting out at you.
Big Cat?
Yeah, Big Cat.
PDMT?
Dude, I've been listening to a lot of Pardon My Take.
Let's not advertise for them, Bobby.
I'm just saying, man.
Everyone, I know.
They're good.
So
good show. Yeah, it's a good show. But anyway, Jed Hoyer promised all of this, and he just fed us a crock of shit. And we got Yan Gomes
Damn, Bobby,
and
Wade type of way.
Wade Miley.
You are feeling some type of way right now.
Yeah, dude.
He's pissed, guys.
You traded away. Well, Chris Bryant's still out there.
Yeah, I know.
If he brings Chris Bryant back, whatever, Jed Hoyer, we're back.
You can get behind Yan Gomes.
I'll get behind Yan Gomes.
Wade Miley.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, he threw no, man. maybe at one of the 162 games we'll get a no. Maybe.
You kill me, Bobby. You kill me.
But Jed
I don't
Hoyer,
think Chris Bryant's coming back to the Cubs.
Yeah, no, he's not.
No,
I think it's more likely that we sign Trevor Story.
Maybe. I don't think either is very likely.
I don't think either way.
But yeah, man, I don't. We're sitting here in Chicago. We're watching all these big things happen, right, in free agency, and neither team, Sox or Cubs, are really doing anything.
Yeah.
I would like a rumor at least, something I could like read into.
Yeah, dude, there's
Give
nothing.
me something juicy to kind of just sit there and be like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it. Well, the thing is, the Sox, they don't need a middle infielder, right? Well, actually, no, they need a second baseman. And
Yes,
I'm really pissed. I'll tell you what, I was pissed off when I saw that Adam Frazier got traded to Seattle. I was actually really unhappy about that.
They traded?
Yeah, he got traded to Seattle.
Wow.
I was really pissed about that because he's the guy I wanted to replace Nick Madrigal, right? Like once that all happened, when he got injured originally, it wasn't even going to be traded for Craig Kimbrell. I wanted Adam Frazier to be the guy they go after.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was on the market, he was available to be traded for, and they I don't even think they tried. Like it actually upsets me because second base is like the one that is your hole. That is the hole on that team.
Yeah.
Second base. They don't have one. You don't have you need a corner outfielder. Because as much as we like to keep throwing first base prospects out in left and right field and hoping they work out, you need someone who that's their position.
Andrew Vaughn was good, though.
Andrew Vaughn did fine.
I want to say that.
Gavin Sheets did fine. But, like, you want to contend now. So you don't have a second baseman.
Yeah, and
see, the Cesar Hernandez experiment didn't work. You traded nothing.
I was
going to
say Sanchez. I was about to say Cesar Sanchez. I don't know why.
No, Cesar Hernandez didn't work. You gave up a guy who's never going to play for your team, so I'm not upset that they traded. You take a shot, it didn't work. Oh well.
Yeah.
But you didn't pick up his option. So now you still need a second baseman. You still need a corner outfielder. So what the hell? Like what?
And
try. And you didn't try for Adam Frazier. And that upsets me because Adam Frazier is the closest you're going to get to what Nick Madrigal was.
Yes.
A contact guy who gets on base. Isn't the fastest, but has enough speed. Good, but it's important that he's got good defense, good plate discipline, makes contact, doesn't strike out, advances runners, things like that. He plays small ball. You need that, and you didn't try. And it actually, you can probably hear it in my voice as I've started talking about it more. But it actually upsets me because if the Sox are going to do anything, they need to address that position.
Yes.
They need to address right field.
And their window
is now.
It's now.
Like, this is the time you need to go do this stuff.
Like they got like a 2 to 3 year span before things start to blow up.
Yeah.
And you need to go get your guy now.
They need to do this stuff, and they're not doing it. And maybe they're gonna do something crazy and that I don't see coming. Maybe Trevor Story comes in and is like, yeah, I'll play second base. I don't know. Probably not, but maybe.
I hope that doesn't happen.
I know you don't, but it's just
then you guys have my favorite.
The Sox
player.
need to stop. This patience game is concerning to me
Yeah.
because it's to me it comes across like they don't have like a plan for a second base. They don't have a plan for corner outfield.
Yeah.
They're just gonna see what falls to them, and I don't want to watch them be the team that just lets something fall to them.
Yeah.
Because then you're just settling for scraps.
And baseball, it's not like, oh, let's go draft this guy. No, it's like
you got to have a plan. And right now it feels like they're not really making a set plan.
Yeah.
That's really what it is to me. That's my frustration with Rick Hahn. You got yours with Jed Hoyer.
Yeah. Jed Hoyer.
The life of a Chicago sports fan, really.
Yeah, dude's great.
Isn't it? It's so lovely.
Hey, Bulls though.
Bulls are good.
Yeah, Bulls are good. That's about it. Blackhawks terrible.
Blackhawks are in a rough spot.
Yeah, we had a run.
They went on a nice little win streak though this season, so they kind of climbed back into relevancy this year.
Yeah.
It's still early, but they're probably not going to do anything.
Yeah,
but we got our dynasty with them.
Yeah.
Bulls look good. Lonzo looks good.
Yeah.
Excited about everything. But Bears sucks.
Yeah.
White Sox are on the up and up, but this offseason's frustrating me already. It's tough.
And they should have made a deeper run.
Should have made a deeper run, but they didn't.
They got absolutely rocked.
Either way, though, I don't suppose you came up with a question.
Yeah, I got a quick
you got a question?
I don't know if Nick ever asked this for. I don't know. There's 37 of them, so I don't really.
There's 37 episodes. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. But this is Bobby's question of the week.
Bobby's question.
Changing it up. Nick's not here. All right. If you could play any professional sport, what sport would you play? And what position?
Dude, that's too easy. All right. I got two answers to this one. My dream sport, football, quarterback.
Yeah.
Just
that's an easy one.
Football quarterback, that's my dream. My practical one,
yeah,
golf.
Yeah, golf. Really.
I'd be a pro golf. Dude, the money that there is to be made in golf,
That's
how long you can play it for. I enjoy golfing. I love golf.
unless you're Tiger Woods, then I mean, you really can't play for that long.
No,
That's personal reasons, though.
damn, dude, come on. Tiger Woods is recovering, man. Still the greatest of all time.
You got beat with the golf.
Yeah, I know, and he got in a massive car accident this year.
Oh, I was talking about getting beat with golf. I didn't know about the massive car accident.
Yeah, he's like he's done. He's done. He said he's done.
Sorry, Tiger Woods. I'm really
You didn't
sorry.
know about his car accident?
I didn't know about the car accident.
Dude, there was concerns he wouldn't walk anymore.
Oh, geez.
It was bad. It was really bad.
Well,
There were,
I really do not
multiple
follow
fractures
golf like
in his
that.
legs. He said it. He addressed for the first time since the accident happened. He addressed like the media publicly. I think he did it today or yesterday. But yeah, he said that there's no like full-time golf is no longer in the cards for him.
Wow.
He just said with the last all of his back problems prior, he had to climb Mount Everest. Like that was his analogy, right?
Yeah.
You know, he had to climb Mount Everest to get back to where he was, and to win that Masters. He just said he doesn't have that climb in him anymore.
Yeah. Well, sorry, Tiger Woods. I was talking about the other thing I have.
Yeah. Leave the man be, man. He paid his dues. But yeah, he got in a really bad car accident.
Yeah. Geez.
And like there was the concern that he wouldn't walk anymore. He's walking, he's swinging the golf clubs and everything, but yeah, his body's done now.
Yeah. I mean,
it's time for him to retire.
He still made it.
Oh, he made a killing.
Yeah,
man.
dude. He
made a killing. Tiger Woods.
It was
fine.
Tiger Woods PGA Tour.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
But I would go practicality wise. I would go golf. But
I would
dream NFL quarterback.
I think I gotta go with that. Yeah, NFL quarterback. Maybe pitcher.
What team would you want to play on?
I mean, I would want to be the Bears, but I wouldn't want to get hit that much. Like I would.
I would love to be the Bears quarterback.
But I think
But at the same time, the media would tear us apart if we weren't good.
Yeah, I think I would want to be like
The team I would like to play for, any team with an indoor stadium.
Yeah, same. Like Colts or
Dude, I wouldn't mind playing on the Vikings.
Vikings. Yeah, dude, that seems nice. Hopefully, if the Bears.
I kind of like the Vikings.
Yeah, they're like my least hated in the NFC
Fair
North.
Enough. They're the team I root for outside of the Bears.
Yeah, like if the Bears like have no shot right now, like how we probably don't have a shot.
I'm on the Vikings train right
Yes, I hope the Vikings.
now. Kirk Cousins, baby, Captain Kirk.
Yeah, Captain Kirk.
You were gonna do the salute, but you didn't.
I did, but my practicality one, kicker.
Dude, kicker's tough.
It's tough, but like
Kicker's tough, man. You can find yourself without a job so quick.
Hey, whatever. I still make millions of dollars, even if I was only playing 1 year. You know, I'll be good. Hey, but dude, I just march on the field. I'm just real quick and knock it through the uprights. We're golden.
Yeah, but until you don't, and then you get cut.
Yeah.
But
hey, big shout out though. I just want to do it. Daniel Carlson, monster game. Had food poisoning Monday night.
Oh yeah.
Literally food poisoning. Yeah, dude, was sick as hell. Literally told them that he will play if he has to wear an adult diaper. He'll play. Yeah. Then he kicked like 5 field goals. Kicked the field goal to win it. He got me 21 points in fantasy.
Damn.
Yeah, huge shot, dude. He's probably wearing an adult diaper out there, man.
Danny Daniel.
Yeah, dude. Daniel Carlson, man.
Nice. Gotta love it when the kicker steps up like that.
He did step up, man.
Gotta love it when the kicker steps up like that.
Yeah.
Either way, though, I think that'll wrap up this week's episode.
Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up.
So we'll wrap it up there, guys. We appreciate you giving us a listen. If you like what you heard, please give us a like on Facebook at Garage Talk Sports. Like and subscribe on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Garage Talk Sports again. Follow us on Twitter at GTS Podcast 1. And until next week, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week.
Yep. See ya.